While most men have power tools in their garage, a Federal Way man has something completely different. A nuclear reactor. He tells KOMO4's Matt Markovich every Friday night he fires it up in the name of science and education.
Inside this Federal Way garage, there's a hidden door.
This is our doorway to the magical land of science and technology.
Ablaze in blue, it's the object of their desire, a working fusion nuclear reactor.
We're creating nuclear fusion.
Not built by nuclear scientists.
Everyone to your stations for system startup.
But by high schoolers.
It's kind of hard to believe sometimes that we actually built a nuclear fuser.
Turn on roughing pump.
A 1,500-pound shield surrounds the reaction chamber, where temperatures run hotter than the sun.
High voltage at 5 milliamps.
But the energy produced is so low, it could not power a light bulb.
It's much, much safer than even driving a car on the freeway.
They didn't build it on their own. They had help from Mr. Fusion.
They're working with real neutrons, they're working with real radioactive particles.
Carl Greninger is Mr. Fusion, an IT engineer at Microsoft by day, but on Friday nights he opens up his nuclear garage to students and surprised neighbors.
We tell them that we have a nuclear reactor in our garage and then we enjoy the reaction.
But this is not fission, a method of splitting atoms used at nuclear power plants, but fusion, a safer method of smashing atoms together to create energy. But it's a method that uses more energy than it creates, and that's why it's not being used in power plants. Mr. Fusion wants to change that by fostering a generation of scientists that could make fusion feasible.
It's not going to be my generation that figures out how to use fusion, but we have to be able to impart the passion and the interest and the curiosity to that next generation. And we're not going to do that unless we have a hands-on environment to do it with.
And just as the Blue Angels are a recruiting tool for the Navy,
Blocker bobbles it, keeps it.
And a successful sports team can be a recruiting tool for a college, Mr. Fusion hopes to take his reactor to schools to recruit kids into nuclear science. So someday, some student will unlock the nuclear secrets to fusion and power his garage. In Federal Way, Matt Markovich, KOMO4 News.